So it's day 27 of my commitment to you for a mental health walk and talk every day for the month of June. I've really enjoyed doing this, and if anyone's got something from it, that's wonderful. Getting lots of nice comments, lots of new subscribers, although I'm not attached to that. Like I said when I started, it's for me and sharing my musings. And do you know what? I'm really pleased I've committed, because I can be with my ADHD. I'll commit to something, and then after that initial excitement of the idea wears off, I'll just fade away, and I haven't. But the last couple of days I've really not wanted to do one, today included, but I am, because it makes me feel better. And I wanted to talk to you today about, it's been a day of real mixed emotions and kind of what I've done. Hopefully it'll give you some insights. If you're interested, if you're not, just scroll on, it doesn't matter. But I trained with a client this morning, my friend Christian. We always train on a Saturday morning. I love that. And then the plan is pretty much always to go mountain biking with my son. When I got to get him, he's like, Dad, I'm not sure. He's like, the wind speed is not good. So he checks the wind speed, because we do it up in the valleys or up in Caerphilly, and the jumps. I don't do the jumps, I just do the trail, so it doesn't really affect me. But he was like, no, it's not going to be good. So I made a couple of calls. We've got to connect up there. My guy was on his way up there, and he's like, no, it's not going to be good. And as much as I love it, I was like, you know what? I'm exhausted, and it was muggy. I said to him, look, champ, I'm going to go home. I said, and we'll do something later. We'll just go out locally, and we'll go around the block, and we'll get in the sea. And he's like, yeah. And I went home, and it's like my ADHD brain was like, well, I need to do something. Like, I can't just sit and do nothing. And that's a real problem of mine. Sometimes it takes me ages to actually go, no, you're not going to, just don't do anything today, because my life is so busy. So normally on a Saturday and Sunday, even though it's the weekend and I'm having fun, there's a lot of activity. So it's quite hard to just sit there. I don't know if anyone else struggles with that. And so what I did is, the first thing I realised, I was tired, because I trained really hard this week and the heat's been tough. And I was like, oh, I've got him I made him a packed lunch. There's a couple of cheese and ham subs in the fridge. I'll have them. And then I had a bit of chocolate. Then I had some crisps. Holly, this way. And I was just like, okay. Then I had a little nap. I had a nap with a dog. And then I waited for my dad to go out, because he was going shopping. I put on a film. Put on Point Break, one of my favourite films. Surf film from early 90s, it's got to be. With Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves. Great film. What a film that is, by the way. I've watched that a few times this year. And then I had another nap. And I was just like, oh my God, after the second nap, I was like, oh my God, I've needed this. And I was in a bit of a doom scroll mode. I think I get like this when I'm tired. So I messaged my son, see if he was still up for a bike ride. He's like, yeah. So I went and got him. We actually cycled to McDonald's, had a McFlurry, sue me. And then we cycled down to the beach, because we knew it was a high tide. We're really lucky to live by the beach, live by the sea. And he got in the sea. I wasn't too up for it. I was in that kind of flat mode. And he got straight in. I was like, you know what, I'm in. And I'll tell you what, guys and girls, and I tell you this every time, change your state. And I've been in the sea this week, and it did change my state. But I really needed that today. I was like, oh my God, I feel reborn. And it completely changed, like, my mood. Like, I wasn't down today. I was just like, I was just exhausted. Like, with like my dad's health, I've been overtraining, in all fairness. I've got a kind of, I've got a kind of really kind of steely focus at the minute and where I want to be. And I'm getting closer and closer. And just working, coaching in the heat. And then the brain constantly ticking over about growing your business and your healthy, happy dad brand. And I was just like, I had to really tell myself, like, don't write an email, don't do any posts, just chill. Anyone else suffer with that, like not doing anything? And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. I had a couple of naps, I must have really needed it. But after 4 hours of being inside, it was like, I've got to get out now. But just going out on the bike with my son and getting in the sea tonight was just like, I've had a hot shower now. I'm like, oh my God, I feel brand new. I mean, I feel quite tired, but I feel brand new. I've eaten some junk today. But it was just a little reminder of, like, some days we can have those days where we're done in, you know what I mean? And you've got to listen to the body. and rest. I mean, some people, you know, will feel knackered because they've not done anything. That's a real thing. You know, people will feel knackered because they're lazy, they don't do enough steps, they're overweight. All said with love, guys. You know, you're tired because you treat your body like garbage. But other days you'll get knackered because you've genuinely been working hard, training hard, moving a lot. And some people I know find it really hard to just take rest, and I'm one of those guys. So yeah, it's been an eye-opener today. I mean, I like a nap, right? I always say I built my business on hard work and power naps, but that was a good couple of naps today. Proper out cold, one with a dog, one on my own. And yeah, it's been interesting because I think sometimes when we feel like that, we can go full on sabotage mode. I mean, I'm not drinking alcohol at the minute, but in the past, this would have been a day that I would have cracked some cold ones. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong if you're having a beer now and England are playing tonight and all that, great. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just talking about how we can let one day kind of really send us, you know, a bit wayward when we're maybe trying to adhere to a different path, a different protocol. And it was just really interesting to kind of go, I'm going to do nothing today. Do you ever feel guilty for doing nothing? It's something I really, really struggle with. And yet, you know, sometimes doing nothing is when the best things happen. If you're into law of attraction and just letting go and stopping is when, you know, things happen. Good things happen. Because we're pushing all the time, right? We're pushing all the time. And it was just like, oh, can I watch a film? Should I be indoors watching a film today? You know, when it's 27 degrees outside, should I really do that? You know, that was the conversation I was having with myself. Yes, you can, Treg, you can. And it was good, really good. And then this time, anyone else do this with ADHD? I was like, obviously I'm on a real quest at the minute to get him in the shape of my life. And of course, then you've got Patrick Swayze, who's Bodhi in Point Break, and he is absolutely ribbons in it. So of course then I'm like pausing the film halfway through and going to Google, like, how much did Patrick Swayze weigh when he filmed Point Break? Fair play, it's pretty good. It was like, well, we can't give an exact amount, but during the height of his career he sat around sort of 73 kilos. I was like, oh, not bad. I'm 4 kilos away from being as lean as Patrick Swayze in Point Break. I'll take that. So yeah, if you went through my Google Safari search today, random things like that, you know, would come up. So yeah, there we go. But we're finishing the day strong with a little stroll. And apart from the quite a lot of calories today, every other box has been ticked. But I think the message is some days, guys, you just got to be good to yourself. And you got to just decompress. There's a lot going on. It's not a woe me. Not a woe me. You won't get a woe me. I was like, shit, why am I so tired? Like, what am I? I'm on a thread here today. Oh, that's why. That's why. It's been 36 degrees in the gym. I think everyone has struggled in this heat, right? Let's be fair. And I know it's dipping down a little bit tomorrow. And I think then it's gonna pick back up towards the end of next week, 28, 29. I'll take a bit of that. But just a little reminder. Some days you're not going to fancy it. You're not going to fancy it, and you're going to be looking for ways all day to change your state. Change your state. I got into scroll mode today. I got into overeating sugar today. I've probably had about 5 little mini dairy milks. There's no coming back from what I've had today. I could walk all night. I've had an Oreo McFlurry, and you know, I've just had everything. It's been lovely, and I'm lean enough that it just I should look better for a one day of higher carbs. But yeah, I can't eat too much more. I don't know, I might get a few little sugary snacks just to finish the day off. But you know, even on days where you just feel completely done in, completely exhausted, try and stick to the good stuff, like the steps. You know, have I drank my water today? I don't know. That's things that we can all stop doing on the weekend, isn't it? Oh, I didn't drink my water. I'm so terrible. I'm so guilty for not doing that on the weekend because I'm not in that gym as much. And I'm like, oh my God, why am I hungry? Oh, it's because you haven't drank any water. Normally, if you're in the gym, you're coaching, you'd have drank a lot of water by now. So little things like that. Because I always say weekend, or WEAK-end. It's been an interesting day. And at one point of the day, I was completely mentally shot to pieces. Not for any particular reason, just an accumulation of all the stuff. But actually, I realised I was just tired. And I had a good film and a good couple of naps. And I'm back in the game. I hope you got some value from that. I really enjoyed doing it. I've really enjoyed committing to these because I've got some more plans for next month. I love doing these walk and talks. I hope you enjoy them. And have a great Saturday night.